Good morning, everybody. It's Matt from the Hickory Grove here. I'm out this morning exploring as I usually do. I came across a beautiful chunk of chaga mushroom. I want to show you guys real quick. And there it is, right there, growing on this birch. This is usually primarily where you're going to find them. They do grow on other trees, but mainly birch. I only harvest off birch. The highest medicinal value comes from birch. The chaga mushroom is a medicinal mushroom. It is used mainly in teas and tinctures. People have been making syrups and a whole bunch of different stuff with them, which is pretty cool. But they're actually pretty easy to identify. And the only thing people really get them confused with is a tree burl. Okay, a lot of people will message me and say, hey, is this chaga? And it's just a burl off a tree. Now, the difference about it is when you're looking for chaga, you're going to look for this really dark black, burnt looking. And then behind it, most of the time, you'll be able to see these golden undertones that are underneath it. Now, you rip the piece off, which I'm not going to harvest this whole thing. This is a large chunk right here. I'm going to leave this guy here. I'm just going to take this piece to camp with me. But if you rip it off, you see that golden center, that golden brown center. That's your key identifiers for chaga. It's very hard, very dense. It's like almost wood, rockish. It's very, very tough. And if you rub your hand up against it, it's very, very coarse. Cut your hands, stuff like that. Yeah, it's relatively simple to identify. Once you start finding it, you'll know what you're looking for. Now, when you take this, you want to take it home, let it dry out. And it's going to take a few days to dry out unless you put it in the oven at a low temp, which I don't recommend because air drying something, sun drying something is always a better method of preserving what's in it so you don't cook out the medicinal value out of it. Now you take it home. Once it's dry, grind it down into a manageable powder or coarse grain, and then put it into your disposable tea bags. And all you have to do is steep it into hot water until you get a dark amber bronze color is what you're looking for, and you'll smell an earthy mushroom aroma. And once you got that color, that's pretty much what you need right there. I usually go 12 to 15 minutes of a low simmer and letting it steep really into the water. And then after that, you add your sugar, your lemon, whatever you want to add to it. Unless you want to drink it just as is, it's still good that way. But it's very medicinal. It's got a lot of antioxidants in it. It's a huge detoxifier for your whole system. And it helps with blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, all that kind of stuff, it kind of regulates a little bit. Now, if you are a diabetic, though, I don't recommend chaga mushroom. It will thin your blood. So if you're already a diabetic and all that kind of stuff, or anything where you have thin blood, I would not recommend chaga just because it's a blood thinning agent. But other than that, it's a great medicinal mushroom. And the history that I learned from it actually stemmed from the Siberians, and they referred to this as the king of all plants because of its medicinal value. It's right up there with ginseng and stuff like that. So if you have a chance to get out and get a little piece, harvest sustainably, don't take the whole thing, take about a third of what you see, take it home and try it out and see how you like it. If you guys have any questions about chaga, let me know, and I'll help you the best I can. Otherwise, I'll talk to you guys later. Alright guys, so today I gotta dig some leaks, but I brought my metal detector out today. Last year I came out here with my metal detector and I found an old railroad bed that lays through here. And it's just actually parts that I found right up the stream from where I'm at right now. So I'm going to metal detect around camp and see what I find today. Maybe we'll get lucky and find something cool. Who knows? Found some pretty cool stuff last year, so we'll try it out today. I'm just gonna go over this way, let the old fire get started so I can make some coffee, and we'll enjoy some metal detecting this morning, and then we'll dig leaks after a little bit. Alright guys, I just had a hit on my metal detector. Right in here. There it is. Just like that. No railroad spike. We're on the railroad. There was a railroad that used to run here way back in the 1800s. The logging railroad, and I've been slowly just uncovering piece by piece. I found spikes and signs and all that kind of stuff, so it's pretty neat to find this kind of stuff. So that's it for this one. I'll let you guys know if I find anything else today. We should, like I said, a bunch of railroad stuff probably. So I'm gonna head back to camp in a minute and get some coffee and relax, and continue on from there. Alright guys, so plans got changed a little bit. The other side of the river, that way, is another hunting club property, and they're logging right along the river right now. So I'm going to stay out of their way because my leak patch is kind of towards that way. So we're not going to dig today. We'll probably wait a couple days and come back out. Maybe come out this weekend and bring the kids. So today, we've just kind of been working on camp. Doing a couple of things, making a barrier, a leaf barrier. The wind blows in this direction, so all I'm doing is making a basic small rock wall, keep the leaves and debris from coming into my camp all the time, and make things nice and clean here. Also, I'm working on putting my stone floor throughout camp. It's going to stretch through the most of the base area into the shelter itself. It just makes it nice to have stone, especially when you can have a lot of heat travel through the stones, and that way at the end of the day you can take your boots off and walk around barefoot on these stones without worrying about stabbing yourself on a root or a stick or anything like that. All I'm doing is going down to the creek here, find a nice smooth flat stone, press them into the dirt, and making a stone floor. So that's where I'm at so far. And then working on this wall right here. It's going around my inside fireplace in here, and eventually that'll cover that all up, and there'll be a little hole up top where I'm going to make a little chimney, and it'll keep it nice and warm and dry in here. So yeah, just a good day to work on camp and enjoy being out here. I wish those people weren't logging, but they got a job to do. And I just want to be out of their way, and they don't need one more guy out in the woods that they have to worry about. So not as quiet today as I wanted it to be, but we'll get through it, and we're going to keep working on camp here. Alright guys, so been working at camp for a while. Kind of want to give you an update of what I've been doing. So working on the rock floor, as well as a nice little barrier over here. It'll be a nice clean area. to work at and do things to sit at. The rock floor is going to extend this whole area, so it'll be nice and comfy around here. And I'm telling you, doing these little things makes camp that much better. I mean, it's really worth taking your time. If you have a long-term camp, take your time and just make it the way you want it to be, because the more comfortable you are, the more happy you'll be out here. It's a lot less stressful. So as of right now, this is camp so far. Getting there. Creek's pretty cold. Been in and out of it, in and out of it. Got my mucks on, so I've been staying dry. My hands get cold, come warm up. It's only about 50 right now, so it's warm, but could be better. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on what's going on here and what I've been doing. We're going to finish up this floor and then start lunch here soon, and then pack it up and head home. All right, everybody, floor is in. Looks pretty great. This is just the outside part, so you guys can see. Extends way out, so I have plenty of walking room. I won't, you know, if it's raining, you won't have to get in the mud. You're in your bare feet. You can walk around your camp, around your campfire, in your bare feet, and not get so dirty and stuff. Yeah, it comes right around into here. See where my fire pit is, against my shelter wall, and eventually we'll go ahead and just take it right into here, all the way into the shelter. And that fireplace, I'll make sure all the rocks are touching very well, so then it'll extend the heat from that fireplace when it's lit onto the rocks, so then extra heat at night. But yeah, that's the basis of it. Just flat river stone, and just put it in there, step on it, press it down into the soil. I'm gonna build the two walls right there, right there. I'm gonna build them up next time I'm out to make a better barrier, and then we'll finish the floor over onto this side where all my gear and stuff at, and my table, and my firewood pile. And it'll get my firewood pile up off the ground, so we won't have to worry about all that. So yeah, that's the camp floor, the wood floor, or the stone floor that I put in. I hope you guys like it. All right, guys, it's ready. It's time to head home and get moving back to the house. I hope you guys enjoyed today's adventure. I know we didn't do a whole lot, but we spent time at camp and we got to be out in nature, and that's what's important. So with that said, with today's events that went on with the floor, found a little bit of chaga, just worked on the shelter a little bit. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Any comments, you know where they go. And I hope you guys are enjoying what I put out there. This is my way of trying to get people to come back out to nature and heal their minds and really come at peace again, because I feel as humans we've stepped too far away from Mother Nature, and we need to go back. Even if it's just for a day, get out and just go by yourself, sit out in the woods, and get some peace. So, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's adventure. I'm going to hike out of here. Like, share, comment on the video, share us with your friends, and we'll see you next time.